holding hands under a square sun that took up as much sky as it wanted. "Who's that?" I asked, though I knew. "Me," Lily said, pointing to the smallest figure. "You, the tallest." Then she tapped the third, drawn with careful loops of gray chalk for hair. "Great Grandma Evelyn. She doesn't have to stay in one place. She can visit." The lines were bold this time. No smudging, no balance bike tracks. I stepped back and took a photo. That evening, a certified letter arrived addressed to my father. I signed for it without flinching and set it on the entry table. The bank had completed its preliminary review. There would be a formal audit. The attorney had filed notice to remove him from any remaining accounts tied to the trust. Words like breach of fiduciary duty and restitution sat on the page with quiet authority. At 7:40 p.m., my phone rang. "Dad!" I let it ring once, twice, then answered. "Yes." His voice was brittle. "You're blowing this out of proportion." "I'm correcting it," I said. "You don't understand how complicated things were with your grandmother's care." "I understand numbers," I replied. "And I understand signatures." A pause. I could hear Claudia murmuring in the background. "We're family," he tried. "So were the funds you moved," I said. "They were meant for her." He exhaled sharply. "You're choosing money over blood." I looked through the kitchen window at Lily's Chalk City glowing under the porch light. "I'm choosing accountability," I said, and ended the call. The next week was paperwork and appointments. I met the attorney in a glass-walled office downtown. He slid documents across the table, his tone measured and respectful in a way that still startled me. "You've done exactly what you should," he said. "As trustee, your duty is to your grandmother's wishes." Duty, not obedience. At the bank, I signed new signature cards. I changed every password I'd ever shared. Each step felt like reclaiming square footage inside my own chest. Claudia showed up unannounced on Thursday afternoon. No realtor this time. No Derek. Just her, mascara smudged, twins buckled in the car outside. "I didn't know," she said before I could speak. "About the money. I thought Dad was helping." He says a lot," I replied. She wrapped her arms around herself. "Derek and I counted on that transfer for the down payment. For a bigger yard," I said evenly. Her eyes flicked to the chalk patio. "You always had it easier," she whispered. "Grandma liked you best." I almost laughed at the simplicity of it. "She liked whoever listened," I said. "You could have." Claudia's mouth trembled. For a second, I saw the girl who used to crawl into my bed during thunderstorms. "Can we fix this?" she asked. "Yes," I said. By telling the truth, she nodded once, small and frightened, then walked back to her car. On Saturday, I brought Lily to see Grandma Evelyn again. The courtyard smelled of rosemary and damp soil. Grandma's blanket was folded neatly over her knees, her eyes sharper than anyone gave her credit for. "I handled it," I told her softly. "I know," she said. "He called me." I blinked. "He did?" "He wanted to know if I'd lost my mind," she replied, lips twitching. I told him I'd finally found it. Lily leaned against her chair and described the Chalk City in breathless detail. "Fresh roads," she said proudly. "You can go anywhere." Grandma squeezed her hand. "That's the point, darling." As we left, Grandma caught my wrist. "They'll try to make you feel cruel," she murmured. "Don't confuse cruelty with boundaries." "I won't," I promised. A month later, the audit report arrived. The numbers were worse than I'd imagined. Transfers disguised as maintenance reimbursements. Cash withdrawals timed with Claudia's renovation invoices. The attorney recommended formal demand for repayment and, if necessary, litigation. I didn't hesitate. When Dad received the demand letter, he showed up again, angrier this time. "You'd drag your own father to court?" he demanded on the front walk. "I'd drag anyone who stole from her," I said. Neighbors' curtains shifted. "You think this makes you strong?" he sneered. "No," I answered. "It makes me responsible." For a moment, something flickered in his expression, not remorse. Calculation. Then he turned and walked away. He didn't come back. The for sale sign never went up. Instead, I repainted the fence a deep, stubborn blue. Lily helped, leaving handprints along the bottom rail where only we'd notice. We planted a row of sunflowers along the back edge of the yard. "Tall ones," Lily insisted, "so nobody can look over." When the first blooms opened, bright and unapologetic, I understood something I hadn't before. Space isn't just Square footage. It's voice. It's safety. It's the refusal to fold yourself in half so someone else can sprawl. One evening, as the sun dropped low, Lily tugged my sleeve. Are we still family? She asked quietly. We are, I said. But family doesn't mean letting people hurt you. She nodded, considering this like a math problem she could solve. And if they say mean things? Then we build bigger sunflowers, I replied. She grinned. Months later, restitution checks began to arrive slowly, begrudgingly, but real. The attorney handled the details. I handled Grandma's comfort, her medications, her garden visits. Claudia called sometimes, not to ask for money, just to talk. Dad did not. The yard filled with chalk again. Roads branching in every direction. 3 figures holding hands under that bold square sun. This time, Lily added a 4th. Who's that? I asked. She shaded in the hair carefully. Me, she said. When I'm big, the figure stood tall, shoulders back, arms wide. I wrapped an arm around her and looked at the house, her house solid against the evening light. No one gets to decide you take up too much room, I said. And this time, I believed it.